After 16 months, 2 weeks, and 3 days, I'm finally at a place where I can attend a wedding without spending every single second thinking about the one who got away. The one who threw me away when she woke up one morning, decided being with one man for the rest of her life was a fate worse than death, dropped my ring on the bedside table and bolted as fast as her shapely legs could carry her. Kim. For a solid month after she left, I wasn't worth shooting in the face. I lost weight. I lost my sense of humor. I damned near lost my will to live. I know my brothers thought I was being a melodramatic, lovesick bastard, but Kim and I had been together since high school. I had been head over heels in love with the girl she was and the woman she'd become, and had my heart set on all the plans we had for our future. She was my family, every bit as much as my father and my brothers. More so, if I'm honest. Kim didn't expect me to be the calm, level-headed voice of reason all the time. Kim let me be a complete person, living in 3D. She saw every side of me, light and dark, serious and silly, dedicated and flexible, determined, and yet still sometimes so lost as to what I should do next. I thought she was the one. I was fucking positive of it, in fact. And when the one decides to call off your engagement and move to the other side of the world to live on a continent full of deadly land and sea creatures, well, it's enough to give a man a complex. The Australian beaches have jellyfish with a sting so excruciating the pain alone is enough to kill a man. They have ticks whose bites can send people into anaphylactic shock, spiders with venom that causes organ failure, and massive saltwater crocodiles that can clock in at nearly 20 feet long and over 2,000 pounds. Not to mention sharks. 3 kinds. She hates sharks. I should have known she'd be back, I mutter over the rim of my beer, fighting the urge to turn and glare at the woman across the room. Of all the bars in all the world, why did my ex and her new man have to walk into this dive in the middle of my brother's wedding reception? Right when I was proving to myself and all my concerned family members that I was over her and moving the fuck on. My older brother Deacon grunts in solidarity. You want to get out of here? He pushes his half-finished beer away and slides off his stool. I'm newly retired and have nowhere to be for the first time in my life. We could hit a few bars in Santa Rosa, drink too much, get a car home, eat pancakes at 3 a.m. My lips curve. Normally I'd say yes, but I've got to be at the shelter at 7 tomorrow. Someone finally agreed to adopt that domesticated buffalo, but they need to pick him up early before they head home to Mendocino. Then I've got a pair of ferrets who need medicine and a blind cat who may or may not have diabetes. We're getting her tested. And then Zoe and I have to run numbers and place a food order before noon. Going to be a big day. Deacon's blue eyes crinkle at the edges as he claps a hand on my shoulder. Talking to you always makes me glad I have kids instead of pets. I grimace. I hear you. Call me if you change your mind, he says, backing toward the door. And whatever you do, don't talk to her. Don't even look at her if you can help it. I nod and lift a hand, though I have no intention of following my brother's advice. As soon as Kim pulls her giggling, flushed face out of her new boyfriend's asshole, I'm going to wave hello with my most relaxed smile and make it clear that I couldn't care less that she's moved on. Then I'll leave. Then and only then. I may be the nice brother, but I still have my pride, damn it. I take a slow, shallow sip of my beer, determined to nurse it as long as I have to, when Zoe suddenly appears in front of me, wide-eyed and clearly in a panic, blocking my view of Kim and her beefy new man candy. Hide me, she whispers, her face going so pale the freckles dusted across her nose and cheeks stand out in stark relief. You have to hide me, please. Just tuck me under your jacket or a bar stool, something. Why? What's wrong? I sit up straighter, doing my best to offer her cover. Zoe is my oldest employee, but she's also a good friend. If she needs to hide, I'll help her. I can't imagine what has her so upset. She's usually the most upbeat, sunny person I know. This horrible person I went to college with is here, she says, scooting closer to the bar and my stool. She made fun of me for years, and now she's here with Bear, my ex-boyfriend. who I thought was the sweetest person in the world. But if he's with her, he's not sweet. He's awful, and she's awful, and I'm afraid if they see me, I'm going to cry or faint or throw up in the middle of the dance floor. All right, no worries. We've got this. I ease off my stool, my own drama forgotten. Tell me where they are. I'll be your human shield, block you from view until we get to the door, and then we'll bail. Go get a drink somewhere with no assholes in it. Her shoulders sag, and her bright blue eyes flood with gratitude. Thank you, Tristan, so much. They're over by the window. The big guy with the fuzzy face and the girl with the platinum blonde hair and a chunk of ice for a heart. I go still, chest tightening. Surely she can't mean... I know Kim isn't the person I thought she was, but surely she wouldn't torture a sweetheart like Zoe.